to me, you're really known extremely about your speed and your passing ability, getting a lot of assists, I feel like back in the day, but now it's just watching you and training with you in the summertime and stuff is your shot is like unbelievable. And that's developed. Like you weren't doing those one-footed shots with your speed back in, I feel like, the Giants days and even in your early pro days, I don't think.
Yeah, for
And
sure. I mean,
like actually consistently scoring and stuff.
yeah, I mean, you could always develop more, and like you said, like it's funny, I've had so many different seasons, like back in the day, like you said, it was always like younger age, there's always speed. Like that's my thing, it's just being the fastest guy. But and then it was just all playmaking for me. It was like the speed and the playmaking, like you said. And then, I feel like in the last like 5 or 6 years, it's almost done a complete flip to like goal scoring, and like I just feel like I'm you know still continuing to develop, and that just comes from the summer and just training in the summer, and then every time you practice here during the season, just like staying out and just working on those little things, because you could always get better at little things. And I feel like now that I am getting older, maybe I'm not skating as much as I did. I wouldn't say I feel like I've slowed down a lot, but maybe being a little bit smarter. And then that's why I felt like I need to kind of develop like a few more things, like one-timers and puck protection and these little things. And that's why some of these guys could play until they're in their 40s, because
that's even another thing there is another shooting thing is what I've noticed too, is your one-timers, maybe I guess, I've been a scorer for a number of years now. I guess you'd say even in from college into the pros, I was scoring, 20 goals or so. But now in like summertime, when I feed you the puck, you're just one-timers all the time, whether it's snapshot or slap shot one-timers. Were you really good at one-timers, slap shots back in those early years of between, I don't know, say 18 to 24? I feel like you weren't really one-timer.
No, that was like you said, it's funny, like that was developed like later. I think I always had a good shot, but never scored one-time goal.
We're close to how well you're doing now. I feel like
I think that developed like kind of last couple of years of last 5 or 6 years, I'd say. And you just see it in the NHL. Like the goal scorers, the good ones, they could shoot the puck with the best of them, like with the one-timers, they just get it off so quick and they just find their way in the net. And I felt like that has really become a huge part of my game, and I'm scoring a lot more goals because of that,
And for those goal scorers too, there just is no bad pass. They just somehow find a way to get it off their back foot, or if it's too far in front of them or something, they just always find a way.
Exactly.
I had a number of guys that even didn't make the NHL, played a few games. Jeremy Williams, one guy, played in the Dub way back, and then he played Toronto Maple Leafs and New York Rangers, but his AHL scoring ability and one time was unbelievable. He was like standing in the corner at times, and I was like, I had never seen that before. Able to score. Okay, we'll move on. One more last question here, and I'll put them in together a little bit as some stories and experiences, I guess, from your San Antonio Providence days, of like names, I guess buddies or guys that you played with that you'd like to share, things that you learned off, whether it be leadership, little skills that you found, or guys that were just beasts in the weight room kind of thing. I would say that is mentorship stuff and influence on you to become a better person and player. Did anything stand out with some of those top guys? I know you've mentioned Rantanen before, I think, with San Antonio.
I'm sure. Yeah, for sure. So when I got called up to Providence, actually, they had Max Talbot down with us, and he won a couple Stanley Cups, I believe, with Pittsburgh, and I'm not sure, definitely won Stanley Cup, but anyway, it's just kind of a legend. He's been in the NHL for so long, and he was an older guy, and it just showed a lot. Like he got sent down to the AHL, and so we were like kind of staying in the hotel together. He was driving me to the rink and stuff, but I expected like a guy like that to come down and basically just be not happy, grumpy that he's even down there. Like the guy's played, I don't know how many NHL games, but he was down there. He was the hardest working guy on the whole team. Like it was unbelievable, and he had like the best attitude. Like he was such a beauty, and it really like showed. And really, the other guys like wanted to work so much harder just seeing that, and he was down there I think for about a month while I was there, but then he ended up getting called back up. But just seeing like the work ethic with a guy that's in his late 30s, and then and just still continuing to battle and work so hard, even after getting sent down. I think you really need that, if you want to make the next step. And I thought that was kind of incredible, just seeing someone like that just still working so hard even after being sent down. But yeah, and then moving on from there, when I went back down to the ECHL for a little bit, and I got called up to San Antonio, and that was just, and this is one thing that I could tell young kids or anyone who's watching, like if you get your opportunity, you don't know if you're ever going to get another one. So you really got to make it work. And one guy ended up getting injured, one of the top line guys. I was actually walking to the rink with him in San Antonio, and he fell down the stairs and twisted his ankle. And he was out for the rest of the season, or out for a month and a half or whatever. So I was filling in the fourth liner's spot to go there. And then I ended up getting put on the first line. And I was playing with Mikko Rantanen, and I forget who else I was playing with. But anyways, I ended up taking that spot and playing on the first line, and we were scoring every game. And, I finished that season like a point a game in the AHL. Obviously, a lot of that has to do with playing with Mikko. But just getting an opportunity, and, like obviously you don't want anyone to get hurt, but, just seeing that I could have been called up for one game or two games, playing on the fourth line, but, just getting an opportunity. Obviously don't want to see someone get hurt, like I said, but, getting that chance and then taking it. And I ended up staying for the rest of the season. I ended up playing even when that guy just came back, I ended up playing still on the first line on the team. And